the future game just about kind of that minutes restriction, kind of being able to fully work into the team tonight.
Mike.
Just coming off of the minutes restriction tonight, what did you feel like was different for you being able to kind of have that full scope of the game under your belt?
I'll say playing more minutes, feeling mine I'm going, but I gotta go out there and I gotta make playoffs.
Kind of following up on that, just what do you feel like was maybe missing in that fourth quarter tonight?
Maybe executing the, make sure we was paying attention on the little details, and like I said, make clears. I feel like I miss a lot of clears.
And then last one for me, those two post players in Jones and even Bonner along with Thomas, I mean that's just like a really difficult front court to work against. What did you feel like you learned out of that? What were kind of the biggest challenges going up against that group for the first time?
Honestly, I think we did a pretty good job with them. I mean, they got all of them on double figure, but look at the score, you know, it was a close game. I think the biggest thing for us was just focus on the little details and the run they had in the third quarter.
Next.
Kamilla, just from a player's perspective, what made this team so difficult to guard throughout the game? Obviously, you guys kept the game as close as possible for most of it, but it seemed like there's been too many stretches where the Sun just pulled it.
They're a great team. They were just undefeated. They move a lot, and we're still adjusting to that, but we're gonna get better each and every day. And games like this is good, so we can learn from our mistakes and go out there for the next game and try to make new mistakes.
Carly.
Kamilla, what can you guys do to help find consistency? You guys are able to start off hot and then it'll go slow and then you'll have a good second quarter. There's no consistency in what you guys can do. What is something that you guys can do to help find that consistency?
I mean, it's basketball. You're never gonna play great for 40 minutes. You're gonna have highs and lows, but you just gotta stick with it and keep playing hard to whatever and play together.
Steven.
Can you kind of just speak to the chemistry that you're building and establishing with Angel on the defensive end as far as the activity and versatility that you built on?
Yeah, I think we built a great chemistry. It's just amazing playing with her and seeing her growth. I heard a lot of people saying her game wasn't going to translate here, and is doing it, and she's doing such a well job, and I'm super proud of her.
Zachary.
Kamilla, in addition to scoring 10 points, grabbing 9 boards, you also were perfect from the free throw line, going 4 for 4. Just wondering if you could speak to how vital free throws were in this game playing against a team like Connecticut.
Yeah, it was really important to make them. As you can see, they shot way more free throws than us. But I feel like my main focus is just go out there and make the layups, like I said before.
Just a quick one for me. I was just wondering just how you're feeling after playing almost 30 minutes in a WNBA game.
Obviously we lost, so I'm like a little upset, but I did this in college, so it's just getting back in shape, and I feel like I'm working in getting back in shape, but I'm just excited to be out there with my teammates and try to do whatever I can to win games.
Any more questions for Kamilla? Mike?
Kamilla, you've had a few games now going up against players, obviously like John Paul Jones, you have Stewie, and tonight with Bonner and Alyssa Thomas. I was wondering for you so far in the league, has there been any change in how you're evaluating and watching film to play against players like this versus how you did it in college?
Yeah, they are amazing players. They are very experienced. I try to watch film and watch what am I doing and what are they doing and just try to learn from them. You know, they've been in this league for a long time, and I'm a rookie, and I'm just trying to learn from them because they are great players.
Any more questions for Kamilla? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to go to Coach, and Marina will be in here a little bit later. So we'll start with questions for Coach. Go with Carly first, or Julia, then Carly.
Teresa, that felt like one of the most complete games that we've seen out of Angel in terms of what she was able to do shooting-wise. Just kind of what did you see from her tonight?
Played very good game. She was active offensively. Did a great job of crashing the boards as always. And she's getting accustomed to playing against very physical basketball players. And she's understanding how to play against them. So every game is a great game for her to be able to grow and to understand how she gets better every game, as well as Kamilla. She's getting herself acquainted with how we plan and how everyone plays, and everyone's understanding how she plays and how to make passes to her and on time, on target passes. So everything is a learning process, and we'll get there.
That run at the top of the fourth quarter, just kind of that Connecticut went on, what would you kind of diagnose just early, kind of looking back on the game, as what the issue was there?
Well, our defense must be a little more active. You know, can't allow them to get to where they want to get to, ball getting into the painted area. They're pretty good when it's in the paint. And then offensively, we must be able to read better, see what's happening to us, and then run in the right place for the right people.
Carly and Stephen.
Coach, there's just been a stretch of about 2 or 3 games where the turnover rate has just increased each game, 19 turnovers today. What can you assess as what is causing the problems with turnovers? Is it just not finding spots? Is it bad passes? What do you think?
It's everything. It's everything. It's absolutely everything. Turn the ball over. You know you want to have as many possessions as you possibly can, but that's what the game is, and that's what really helps you to win games is getting more possessions, possibility of scoring on those possessions. And of course, we turn it over, and it causes us major problems because the majority of the time the other teams are converting. So we have to value the possession, understanding how important it is to value the basketball. Value the basketball. It's important.
And then just to follow up, with Isabel Harrison off of a minutes restriction, what does a healthy Isabel Harrison do for you guys, especially offensively with her versatility?
Great athleticism. She wants to put that ball on the floor and get to the rim. She can get there with the best of them. When she catches it without hesitation and looks at the rim to score and being a threat, she can do that as well. So we're looking forward to her getting her legs underneath her rhythm and timing underneath her. And then we all must be better to execute offensively, every one of us, and then be better defensively.
Stephen.
Hey Coach, you talked about the basically the liberation, having your full rotation be healthy outside of obviously Elizabeth now. In that, you've been seeing Angel and Isabel Harrison spending time together in the front court. Can you just kind of speak to why that tandem?
Athleticism. It's different. It's a lot different when you have them in as well. So it's a combination that works really well together as well. And you guys are just really learning how to play with one another. And we'll get there. It's not like it's fun. Nothing fun about losing. Not one thing. It doesn't matter how much you learn and grow. Ain't nothing fun about freaking losing. Nothing. Doesn't matter about the freaking lesson that you learn. It's still nothing fun about losing. So we got to correct some things and correct them quickly.
We'll go Stephen. We'll go Annie, then Zachary.
How important are the little details in a game that's this close, and how much does the team knowing each other and learning each other quickly play into just those tiny details like game turnovers, getting to the free throw line?
That's exactly what I talked to the team about at the end of the game. It is about details, paying attention to details. The execution of the play that's drawn up, execute the play. Can't go off away from it. It is important. It doesn't matter where you're supposed to set up. Set there. It's set up for a reason. It's written for a reason. The movement is for a reason. And we have to understand those smallest details. The smallest details matter in this game. And we have to correct that mess immediately.
Zachary.
Hey Coach, Diamond had a really great game tonight, scoring 9 points, and she had that big 3-pointer down the stretch to bring you all within 4 in the fourth quarter. Just wondering if you could speak to her performance and assess kind of like where she's at right now at this point of the season.
She's getting there. Diamond's playing injured right now. We appreciate her being out on the floor just to give her energy and her effort. So we appreciate everything that she's bringing. She's gonna get better. Every one of them are gonna get better down the stretch. It's the way we see it. We recognize what's going on with us right now, and it's not fun. Trust me, it's not fun for any one of them in that locker room. But I tell you what, the one thing about each one of them, they will get their butts back into the gym, and they will work their asses off to change it.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll start with questions from Marina. Carly.
Marina, you've seen the last 2 or 3 games, the turnover rate has just kind of stayed at a relatively high rate. What do you see as could be the contribution to what is causing high turnovers? Is it bad passes, not knowing spots? What do you think is contributing to the high turnover rate?
I gotta go back and watch the game. Number one, Connecticut's a great defensive team, and they cause a lot of turnovers. That's a big percentage of their offense. So, we knew they were gonna be aggressive. Probably not in the right spots, maybe not the right timing, and then maybe not great passes. Combination of all of that. We all made mistakes, like you're seeing it here. 2-3, 2-3, 2-3, like everybody turned the ball over. So, collectively, if everybody takes care of the ball a little bit better, we'll be all right. And kind of just knowing where help defense is coming from and knowing, you know, maybe I can't go to the sideline this time. I need to go to the middle, things like that. Yeah, I gotta see it. Sorry.
And then just to follow up, when you look at what this guard group is able to do, especially now that you guys are starting to gel together with everyone starting to be healthy, what is just one thing that you think that you guys as a unit in the backcourt can do better or improve on moving forward?
Yeah. I mean, I just think, like, in general, we haven't really hit a lot of shots lately. Like, shots that are very makeable for a lot of us we haven't made, so just kind of finding that confidence and finding that rhythm. That will help us a lot. And then just, you know, finding better options, like if we can get better shots, better ball movement, like less turnovers and stuff. I mean, we took 17 possessions away from ourselves today. We only shot it 58 times, so that's hard to get everybody involved and everybody feel good when there's only 58 attempts. So we gotta find better shots offensively.
Alyssa?
Hey Marina, what do you think the most positive moments were today?
I mean, we fought back. Like, they came at us hard in the third, and we came back. And then, obviously, we lost it a little bit offensively. But we have some bright spots. Like, we're right there, and it's not like we're getting blown out. So I think it's just little things, but those little things are tough. They're small details. They're taking care of the ball, being in the right spot, the right timing, like I said before. So it takes time to develop. So just trying to like really stay patient and not give up or start to feel bad about it, rather than come back and keep fighting and because we will end up on top eventually. But right now it's a little bit rocky, so we just gotta keep our head up.
Next.
Hey Marina, kind of just touched on my question a little bit as far as being the leader of a young team and obviously going through these rough stretches and periods where you were losing everything. Talk about from that veteran perspective, how do you galvanize the team still in the midst of all this, and how important is that knowing that this is the team that is still in the early development stages?
Like kind of like I said, just being there for them, like especially our rookies. Like I thought Angel was really good tonight. Like she had a double-double again. She's out there fighting, working with some of the best vets in the league at the post position in Connecticut, and she never let it get to her. Like, she just kept playing. I mean, she was 8 for 10. That's great. And then Kamilla also, like she had some huge block shots. Like she's trying to get into the offense. She's trying to find her way. So we have to give them time, and then also you have to give us time to kind of gel with them too. So again, just being positive with them and saying, you know, despite the loss, you still really did play a great game and keep doing those things. But also try to figure out how we can be a better team at the same time.
We'll go back to Carly.
How helpful is it to have a healthy Isabel Harrison back, and what does she provide for you guys as a screener and then also as a scorer?
Yeah, just like veteran stability. Like she comes out there, she knows exactly where to be. She can kind of look at one thing and say, you know, maybe this isn't the greatest idea. I saw her today, she was at the top of the ball. She realized she was gonna hand it off to another big, and she like kind of started directing traffic. Like that's things that we need, and then we ended up getting a shot. So Izzy's a huge part of this team, and honestly, everybody on the roster is a huge part of the team. So just finding a way to incorporate them and then be at their best, to put people in positions to be successful.
We'll go to Julia from the far right.
Following up on what you were talking about with the rookies, you spoke about the importance of composure a few games ago. I'm just curious, do you feel like you're kind of seeing that build with the two of them, especially Angel, since she's had a few more games under her belt?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like before about that comment, like it was our entire team. It wasn't about Angel. Like I got a tech in that game, so I was referring to me. But yes, like every game they get better. Like Angel comes in the huddle, she's like, "Hey guys, we gotta do this." Like that takes a lot of confidence and a lot of like care and passion for the game to come in there as a rookie and say something in the huddle. Like I know I couldn't even like breathe in the huddle when I was a rookie. So, you know, she's a big personality and she's a really good player. So we got to get her going, and she did get going tonight. And then Kamilla, same thing. Like obviously she was out with an injury, so she's a little bit like behind in terms of like being there all the time, like getting reps. So we have to give her some time. And obviously, you know, the season goes fast, but like it's their first season. So, you know, you don't get to the top right away. So just staying positive with them.
We're gonna go to Mike and then Steven.
Marina, you talked about, obviously everyone's talking about how you've been a mentor for both Kamilla and Angel, but how important has it been to have Teaspoon in your ear to also help you continue to grow and just keep that positivity?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I need some guidance too. Like, I don't have a ton of experience. I'm in my 6th season, but I didn't play until my 3rd, so I need that help, but also taking that and going down the line and hopefully being someone that Angel and Kamilla feel comfortable with, feel like I'm trying to help them and I have their best intentions, and maybe it's not always perfect, but I want nothing but to see both of them succeed and our whole team succeed. So yeah, just trying to be there and be an outlet for them.
Steven.
Being in such a consistent position to either set or execute within the advantages for this team on offense, I was curious from your perspective, what do you feel like is the next step in your process?
You know, we're good in the beginning, right? Like we were getting the ball up, we were advancing, we were setting screens, diving, getting what we wanted, but then Connecticut adjusted and they started making us read because they started bumping and hitting, so we couldn't get exactly to where we wanted to go. And that kind of was going to take a little bit of like being able to step back and see exactly what they're doing and keep screening, keep rolling, keep doing the things they need to do. We didn't do that. Then we got a little stagnant offensively, I think, after we made that run in the 3rd. So, you know, it's growth right now. Like, that's putting 40 minutes together against Connecticut, one of the best defensive teams, is really tough. I think we played like great for probably 30, but that's not enough against them. So, just looking at that and seeing exactly what happened and going and literally remaking it at practice and fixing it.
Last couple, we'll go to the back.
Marina, they drew up a beautiful play if you had hit the first 3 where you came off the screen from the top of the key. I think the 3-point volume has been an issue for the team most of the year. How can you guys like get that up more out of flow? Or do you think, you know, set plays like that are a way to do it?
I mean, personally, like, I just need to make it a freaking 3. I just need to put the ball in the basket for the team. But besides that, like, I forget, I already talked to somebody about that, but basically, you know, we got to get good ones, and I think it will be good, like, off of offensive rebounds, kick-ups in transition. I can't remember the other thing I said, but, you know, just getting better selection of them. That way we can knock them down, and then at practice, you know, we gotta keep working on it, keep shooting. And then for me, just keep believing that I'm a great shooter, and eventually it's gonna go in.
Any more from Marina? All right, thank you.